The question of SAP certification has become a hot topic ever since Zia Yusuf mentioned it at PCALM and my blog post on SDN, which attracted over 60 comments. Since that time, other people have debated the problem, but for the first time, we have someone who has actually surveyed freelancers and contractors to gauge their opinion. That person is Michael Koch, and at this Inside Track session, I recorded Michael's actions and reactions to the survey. I also recorded Owen Pettiford's response and that of Martin Gillet. Both these people take contrarian views, and it is therefore a worthwhile addition to this particular debate. Enjoy. Okay, so this is Michael Koch. He is the guy who instigated the survey run amongst freelancers and contractors in the SAP community discussing the certification issue. So, Michael, what was the motivation behind it, please?
First of all, I'm a contractor myself, and I find that the role of the contractors and freelancers within the education and certification market wasn't really given enough focus, because I think we're quite an important group. We are a reality. We're filling a lot of skills gaps that are still there, and I think it's important that we're recognised a little bit more, because we're quite important multipliers as well. Mm-hmm. And I was basically with my survey trying to point that out and also gather some data to understand better how contractors and freelancers think about certification. And there was certainly, I think that there was quite a lot of disillusionment on behalf of the contractors, looking back at certification, how it used to be. I think another key point out of it also was that contractors were appreciating that and acknowledging the fact that their experience might be taken into account with the new three-tier system. And I think the change was so far has been communicated quite well. The change to the new way how certifications are supposed to be made. But it's also become quite clear that it was just the first. This is just the first of many steps that need to be done. That not there at all with the certifications right now.
So what would be your primary message based on the survey findings to SAP? What would be maybe the top thing that you'd be saying to them right now at this moment?
Well, really just see it as a first step that you've done. Try to bring people on board as well that have experience and can work as multipliers within companies. Just bringing up marketing fluff and saying that certification is another great thing to improve ROI is not enough. You need people on the ground that work in the companies that are in the trenches to communicate that.
And the survey results are going to be put up on your website?
Yes.
We're on Saturday the 3rd of April. When do you anticipate having those up?
I'm planning to have them up by tomorrow.
Brilliant.
It's not a business day, so end of today, which is the Sunday.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks very much indeed then, Michael.
Right, thanks.
Okay, so I'm with Owen Pettiford. He is CEO of his own consultancy. He's also a BPX mentor. Owen, you're pretty sceptical about the value of certification. I mean, just explain why that might be.
I think historically it's been difficult to understand the real value of whether there's any depth behind the certification or whether somebody's just really crammed for the exam. So for certification to become more credible from my company's perspective, I'd like to see something akin to the professional, I guess what you call professional bodies certification in terms of accounting, where you have to do a recognised qualification at one level, and then periodically you add effectively modules or certifications or specialisms to that. That starts to then give two benefits. One is people know the specific skill sets that you want to employ, but they're also proving they have the capability to learn and move on, which is really important in businesses where things are moving on and continuing all the time.
So how do you overcome the what you see as shortcomings at this moment in time when you're skilling up a project?
I think it's really important to get some kind of peer review into the certification process, so that people who are respected within that particular field or industry are either directly involved in setting what people are certified by, I guess, the questions and making sure they're managed in some better way. But also, as you move up that scale to say the professional and master level, that actually people are reviewing specific project details. So you actually get somebody to say, yeah, yes, I know that project happened, and effectively certifying that the person was involved in it.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much indeed then, Owen. Cheers.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So I'm here with Martin Gillet, who has a very specific view on the whole certification issue. So Martin, where do you stand on this?
Yes, good morning. So my name is Martin. I'm a SAP certified HR consultant. My background is 3 times certified in HR, Release 4.0, 4.7 and ERP6. And basically the certification process, I believe, is a good thing for us to get, but the problem is that we have very poor accreditation on the certification once it's achieved. So I was doing a lot of thinking about this since the 3 certifications I've been through, and I was thinking that maybe we should actually improve the process. I'm happy here that my peers also view the same, share the same views in some way. The certification for me should be basically enhanced in a way that we should consolidate on the theoretical aspects. So we should maybe stick with the HCM question that we have, or the general question, but still maybe the content should be reviewed. Then we should move with some kind of, let's say, informal talk with the people. So we should provide them a business case so they are able to demo their hand-on expertise. Some kind of 1 or 2 hours, let's say, preparation time, in which they will have plenty of time to demo something not too fancy, something quite basic, maybe in an IDES system of some kind. Then third, and let's say the least part, is perhaps to have a chat with so-called, not expert, but some kind of a board. Before we certified someone, I would expect some kind of formal talk with some expert or a board of member of a board of some kind, so that we can exchange views, exchange knowledge, and maybe also assess the percentage of satisfaction or the rating we'll give to a certification. From what I know in the past, they were not disclosing the rating once you passed, or they were just disclosing the percentage. So based on those 2 blocks, we could actually move forward, and we could basically maybe make the certification a bit more credible on the market for everyone. And also we should, let's say, perhaps put this into motion for the next certification in the future. But that's my humble opinion. It only engaged myself. And like I said, I've been through certification quite a few times, so I really would like to have more out of it as a so-called expert in the field.
And what sort of support do you get for that view among the managers that you talk to? You presumably discussed this, and what do they say about this type of approach?
You mean managers from SAP side or from customer side?
Yeah.
Well, from SAP side, I'm afraid to say I haven't challenged them actually directly. As I'm training on behalf of SAP in most of the European countries, I do have some chats with the training managers, but I'm afraid the decision call has to be made above, so like Waldorf or Palo Alto. So basically, I'm pretty proud now to have joined the SAP Mentor Initiative, and that you guys triggered those kind of questions. For the moment, I would say, based on the survey that we had from Michael Knock, we should basically jump on that, rebound, and have a formal chat with SAP and see with them what kind of expertise and what kind of, let's say, ideas we could have from the field. I believe SAP has also some list of, let's say, requirements, so that we cannot fulfill everything. But at least if we all get together, perhaps we can come with something tangible and something that can be happening in the next few months. That's another problem, is the response time. So once we have achieved, we need to act now, and we need to put this online not in 18 months' time, but it should be shorter and more efficient.
Thank you very much indeed there, Martin.
Thank you for your time.
So they have the results of Michael Koch's survey, and 2 very different views of what certification means to SAP freelancers and contractors, a very important constituency within the SCN community. It's really over to you guys now. Check out Michael's survey results, critique them, add comments to his blog, please do, and let's continue this debate. It's far from over. Thanks for your time.